Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm going to be doing a trade recap today on our options account. November 2nd is the date for today, on which we took 380 SPY puts. Entry was at $52 per contract, got out about $563 per contract. That's 983% gains. In terms of return on investment, that is a 10.8x. So going to be showing you guys actually what I was looking at to get into the play, and in real time live kind of doing a recap of what I was looking for. So first off, what I draw is I always use my Fibonacci's just to give me kind of a reference zone of where I'm looking for a big reversal. So I used yesterday's pre-market high to today's intraday low, and so this was right about 10:20 a.m. Pacific time. So FOMC was at 11 a.m. Pacific time, so about 40 minutes before. Looking at the 10-minute chart, we are almost overbought. MACD right here is pretty ready for a reversal. So we got golds all across the board, almost overbought. So this is what I'm looking at. We're gonna have a big news spike from FOMC, whether it's up or down. So was getting ready if we shot up. I was hoping that we get into this zone right here. That would be a significant bounce, and then I would be looking for that pullback, right? So what I'm going to do is now do the next bar. So this is the next 10 minutes. So 30 minutes before, now we are overbought. RSI is at 78, gold's looking perfect, right? Here we go, shooting up again. We are now super overbought. We're at 86 on the RSI, bunch of golds on the MACD, looking really good. We still have about 10 minutes until FOMC starts. Then at this point, just kind of like a little bit of a doji, and this is where FOMC hits. So always waiting out a little bit, just because it's very sporadic with the news of how FOMC starts, but this is 11 o'clock. We had a little bit of a drop. First move tends to be wrong on FOMC. If you would have played puts from here, from 383 to 382, a whole dollar move, that probably would have been pretty significant as well, even if you just played that. But if you were just patient, waited for it to come up into this golden zone where we look to reject right off that 0.618, which was 387 areas, a little bit above 387, then you would be like pristine, right? So from here, we get this little doji here. At this point, I'm now going to draw where my entry line would be. I'm going to put the little 10-minute, so I know what I'm looking at on the 10-minute. If we break this line, I would have entered into puts, okay? Would have gone into the 380 puts. It's underneath low of day, potential to go in the money, but out of the money, so I can secure big gains, right? So that's why I was looking at 380 puts. Also, I like taking whole numbers, just a lot of open interest and a lot of volume on those contracts. And so on the next candle, we didn't quite get a break of previous candle. So now at this point, I'm going to be raising the entry line to 385.86, which would be the low of this current candle, okay? And then on the next candle, boom, broke entry, broke that 385.86, entered into the puts, came straight down. We have a little bit of a support line right here, which we respected. We bounced right off of. But ultimately, if we go back down to the next one, it's still kind of right there, and then eventually huge flush, right? So when entering into a play based off the 10-minute time frame, you're looking to be into that play for 10 to 30 minutes. If you would have got stopped out on the initial little pullback, that would have been totally fine, but never broke the high of day, so it didn't break the stop loss. At this point, this is where patience pays. A lot of people probably would have got stopped out right here. Then they would have definitely taken like a 30 to 50% win, which is totally great. But in order to take the bigger wins, you kind of have to be patient. So if you need to enter into multiple positions and take secured wins on most of the positions, that's totally fine, and then let some runners run. At this point, we are now approaching oversold. This would be a good time to start putting stop losses right here, right about back where low of day used to be. If you would have held on to the play, just been super patient. So this is kind of that retest that we were talking about. This is right where low of day would be. That's where a lot of people probably put their stop losses at if they're in the puts. But eventually with FOMC, when news goes one way, it floods that way. So if we're bullish, we like skyrocket, right? If we're bearish, we plummet. And so it's exactly what we did. Just kept breaking lower lows. At this point, to stay in the play, if you need to be more confident, you can start looking at higher time frames, right? So here's the 15-minute overbought, gold to white, perfect drop. Here's the 30-minute overbought, gold to white, perfect drop. So if we're looking at the 30-minute time frame, 1 to 3x the time frame is what the strategy is. We can look to be in this play for 30 minutes to an hour and a half. So at this point, this is the second bar. This is only an hour, right? So if we go to the third bar in the 30 minutes, this is now an hour and a half. This is what we're looking to be into the play, 1 to 3x the time frame. So right here, this is bar number 1. This is bar number 2. This is bar number 3. At this point, 385 entry all the way down to 374. It's about an $11 drop. And so I believe this is right about when market closed. It closed in the next candle. So market closed right there. 1 to 3x, it was perfect. Closed the candle right on market close. That's when you get out of the plays. If you wanted to, you could have held on a little bit longer. I think it went for like another 20-40%. But definitely getting out at any point right here. I mean, right here at this point, it was probably up about 100%. Right here at this point, it was probably up about 200%, 300, 400. And then right when it starts to really go, that's when it skyrockets up to 90%. And so that's what I was looking at for entry for today's puts based on FOMC. Result was 983%. And this right here was when it was at 960. But this was our entry right here, right about $52. Came back up, came back down, shot up, shot down. This is when you're just being patient, right? And then eventually it just skyrocketed, right? That's when like the strategy really works. But as long as it doesn't break that high of day when we enter, or basically that previous candle high, then you're looking solid. And from here, all it did was basically retest, but came right back down. It came retested that golden zone, right back down. And it was a beautiful day. So that is how we were able to secure 983% on our puts for today. Appreciate the support, guys. Please like, comment, subscribe if you guys want to see any specific video based on my strategy or a retest. Just go ahead and put it in the comments below and I will try to get to it as soon as possible. Going to add in the Discord link in the caption because that is where I will be calling out all my plays now. And hopefully you guys join and start making some gains with the team. All right, guys, have a good day.